Hello, this is a little video I've put together of my trip down to Switzerland. It's really just a summary of the days that and what I did and where I travelled, and I hope you enjoy. So this is Wednesday 24th of May.
Yeah.
My son gave me a Guard of Honour out of Dundee, which was brilliant. Of course he was supposed to be coming with me on my trip, but circumstances mean he wasn't able to come, so he thought he'd be good to come along. So he come along a few miles down the road. I said cheerio, and that's me on my own. Now most of the road down the way is dual carriageway or pretty boring single carriageway, so there's not much to show you really. Here we are going over the Queen's Ferry crossing. Yeah, it was busy enough. You can't see very much, but that's us without any traffic jams, which is brilliant. So quite a boring run down. Eventually I get down to North Shields, or South Shields, is it? North Shields, yeah. Bit of a queue, soon went, we got through. So I didn't record anything to do with customs, but all went pretty quick. I had us sitting for about 45 minutes in total, probably. Eventually we get boarded. Quite a few motorbikes, not as many as when I was coming back, right enough, but yeah, eventually it's my turn. I get up there and then they pack us in like sardines in a tin. So day one, not a lot to report home. Pretty boring ferry crossing. That's South Shields over there. Didn't do any drinking or anything that night, just had some food. Watched a movie on my computer. Went to my bed. Fresh for the next day. So that's day one. And here we find ourselves, fresh in the morning, and took a little bit of time to get through customs and all the rest of it. Once again, didn't film anything, but first thing I did was stop, compose myself, sort out some sat-nav, which I'll tell you stories about sat-nav later on, but it didn't behave itself. I was pretty careful, or at least I thought I was, riding, getting used to their junctions. Yeah, well, there's mental cyclists over there. Now look at the guy on the right, watch him. Yeah, but take him out. So I'm concentrating on where to go. The sat-nav's taking me some really weird and wonderful ways. I said avoid motorways, and it's taking me all down the back roads, which is what I wanted. I don't want to go down the motorways. All the way down I took the scenic route. Now watch this, I'm taking the right. Look where I'm going.
Take me down this way. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, the guy gave a shout. Sorry about that, mate. Yeah. Anyway, that was a lesson learned. We're very careful with cyclists. So probably about 20 minutes into the ride, look at that. Patisserie and coffee shop. Guess what? I stopped. Sorted myself out, said hello to my wife, and back on the road. So we did a bit of this, driving along the canals. There were working canals, of course, very busy, lots of boats on them. Quite nice, very, very flat, of course. On, I suppose, a dike there, keeping the water in. But we did a bit of that, did a lot of that, in fact, all the way down the Meuse, I think it was. Can't remember what it was, but anyway. Unfortunately, we had to do a bit of this to get to where I was going for my trip. So got a little bit of footage from that day that I may well publish on YouTube, but we'll see. So there we go, end of my first day on the continent. Right, day 3 of the trip. That's me at the digs, which were brilliant. Lovely couple, Mike. Didn't catch his wife's name. And that's me leaving in the morning, heading towards Luxembourg via Belgium.
Bye bye.
So very nice. They were very interested in the bike. sat nav and all that good stuff. So here we are riding on top of another dike here. Did quite a lot of that when I was in Holland. Apparently you're not allowed on a motorbike on these things at the weekend. One of the boys on the boat was telling me when I was coming back. So sat-nav took me down some weird and wonderful ways. They were very nice. Just took me a long time to get to where I was going, but I was in no hurry. That was part of my plan. Back roads going down, quick roads coming back up. So we're in some Dutch village. That's me trying to work out where the heck I am. Big church on the left hand side. The roads in Holland were terrific, absolutely terrific. I have a great pride in it when I was speaking to the guy. So here we are, we're in Belgium, and we're in the highlight of Belgium. Yeah, it wasn't brilliant. The little bit before we went into Luxembourg, it perked up at that point, but most of it was quite dismal and boring. Sorry folk from Belgium, but it wasn't particularly interesting. Anyway, we get through it, and here we are. We've passed into Luxembourg. I'm heading down towards my digs, which was the National Centre for Golf I was staying at. It's a grandiose title for a very small place, but it was very nice. The food was good. The biggest burger and chips that you've ever seen in your life. The biggest bill, right enough, but and here we are arriving at the hotel / golf club. Lots of very expensive cars later on that night when people were turning up for evening meals. But nice little place to stay. So Luxembourg, this is when the scenery really started to perk up, and I've got a little bit of video from there that I will undoubtedly share in due course. So there's Luxembourg. So next morning, day 4, we're heading to France. Next stop is France. Some terrific scenery on the way down. Luxembourg is a lovely place, immaculately kept, and I'll comment on all this stuff when eventually do get around to releasing video. But this was very enjoyable this day, this ride. Luxembourg's not that big, so it didn't take me long to exit Luxembourg, even going through the back roads, and we end up in France. And very distinctive architecture change from Luxembourg to France. You know, it's old town, old village, whatever it is. Very distinct. Had plenty of stops all the way through. Coffee, a few patisseries. Had a patisserie. Actually, it was very nice in Belgium. Nice coffee and patisserie, so I enjoyed that. We are just in a little street. All very quiet. And I end up at my digs eventually, which were also pretty good. Hotel spa or something, I can't remember. Anyway, you'll see a bit of it in future videos, and this is when we head to Switzerland from France. So that's me leaving. The guy over there on the right, he's got a BMW RT. He was there when I got there. He didn't really speak, but I think he's having a fag before he got on his bike. Anyway, I'd get on the other side of the road, you dumpling. Alright. And this is the scenery all the way through down here now was absolutely stunning. Absolutely gobsmacked. It was a bank holiday in Switzerland, so the roads were blinking packed. It was a Sunday, so bank holiday weekend, and they were all out. Did a pass on the way over here, which you'll see eventually. At this point I was dipping in and out of France and Switzerland. And I was being treated to some stunning roads, although they were busy. And here we are, Interlaken, close to where I was staying. Some absolutely fabulous scenery. These lakes that are here, huge. And of course, here's the obligatory rain. Only rained once for about 20 minutes, just enough to give me a good soaking. I was only about 5 kilometres away from my hotel at this point, so no point putting it on. So this is a little bit of footage from an old action camera that I've used as a dash cam. You'll have caught there the Dukes of Hazzard. Here it comes, coming by now. Because it was, I suspect it was because it was a bank holiday weekend, the roads were full of American muscle cars. Absolutely packed with them. But I thought I'd just include this one here, this little bit of footage. It's not stuff I would normally keep, but I'm sharing it with you just to let you have a look. So, I've got almost 800 gig of video that I need to work through, and it's going to take me a long time to do that. So you'll see over the probably weeks and months the videos coming out as I work through them. I suspect an awful lot of it will be a winter project, the Dark Nights, but I will be dipping in and giving you bits and pieces. A lot of it you'll get Luxembourg for sure. A lot of it will be Switzerland, because the roads were just so good. By this time I'd settled down and driving, you know, a few days. By the end of the first day I was absolutely fine on the roads. I was well settled into it. It was just those mad cyclists in Holland. They've got right away, of course. So I'm not far from a hotel at this point. Going back to the videos, this one will come out in the next few days. You'll get to see this one, and again I'm away. This time we're away for a few days in a cottage with my wife, so I certainly won't be doing any cutting over the next couple of weeks. I think I've got one video that I've got lined up that I can put up. There's no chat on it. It was away with my mates up to can't remember where it went. Anyway, I might put that up. I've got a couple of other things I can do if I get time to sort them out, but you won't see very much of this footage for a few weeks, I suspect, because there's so much of it. I need to work through it, but absolutely brilliant time. Switzerland was stunning. Monday bank holiday roads were a nightmare. Hundreds of motorbikes on the road, and there were KTMs, there were Ducatis, not too many BMWs, but lots of Harleys as well. The guy that owned the hotel, which actually came from the UK, I think it was UK anyway, and he was a biker, so he was telling us a few good things. He said that it used to be BMW, but now the Swiss are right into KTMs and Ducatis, so there was loads of them about. Lots of sports bikes and naked bikes, for one reason, to go quick round these passes. They were pretty good. Anyway, had a great time. I've got a lot of video that I'm going to get out of this, but it's going to take me a little while to work through it. But what an experience, absolutely brilliant. The only downsides was the ferry bits in the UK side, getting up and down the road, because it's just got to do it, haven't you? So here we are. Public transport, by the way, in Switzerland was pretty tremendous, but I'll chat about stuff like that when the videos come out. I'll let you know my thoughts, but I had a brilliant time. 10 days of hard riding, it's got to be said at times, but that's what it's time. Alright, we're coming up to where my hotel is. It was out looking over that lake. It was brilliant. I was out there walking at night time. It was a terrific place to stay. A bit basic, but the staff was lovely. The food was fantastic, and like everything in Switzerland, it cost an awful lot of money. Anyway, I had a great time, and I look forward to sharing some of my experiences on YouTube in due course. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.